Stephen A is back at it again with another feud with one of these NBA players, and this time it's Kevin Durant. I'm pretty sure they got into it before, but I just can't remember. But this time it was Stephen A critiquing Kevin Durant's leadership skills. As on First Take, he talked about how the lack of leadership that Kevin Durant possesses is not adequate enough for the team. Take a listen.
How much belief do you have in the Suns with Kevin Durant as their guy, as their superstar?
Not much. Not much. But let me explain why. I don't question the greatness nor the commitment of Kevin Durant. And you'll be hard-pressed to find a bigger fan of Devin Booker than me. I love that brother. I love his game. And Bradley Beal, I love seeing him do what he did last night, and he's very, very capable. But when you talk about Kevin Durant, this is what we're not going to do. We're not going to look at Kevin Durant and just measure him in terms of just his talent. It's what ability you have to peel out of others. And his resume, much to the chagrin of his loved ones and various others in his inner circle, and, you know, they've gotten at me over the years, not in a very flattering fashion about the things that I've had to say. And I accept it. That's what comes with the territory. I got to call it like I see it. I think Kevin Durant is one of the greatest talents this game has ever seen.
Agreed.
I think that, you know, what he's done for the game of basketball, the ambassador that he is for the game of basketball, is to be applauded. But the flip side to all of that is that he's been relatively leaderless. He's been very lacking in inspiration in terms of peeling out from those around him whatever you can give him. He'll show up. If you said to me, it's a game 7, it's a game 1, it's a game 5, I don't give a damn what it is. Kevin Durant's going to show up, and he's going to ball out. But does he get the others around him to do it? Not only does he not do it, he doesn't feel the level of responsibility I think he should feel in getting it out of them. It's like I did my job. I can't help it if somebody else isn't doing their job. Well, to some degree you can. When you're that great and you warrant that much respect and that much deference and reverence, you should be able to be a better leader than he has shown. And because that hasn't been the case, whether it was in Oklahoma City, whether it was later on in Brooklyn, why am I going to believe that that's something that you can do in Phoenix? I don't see that. Now, Budenholzer's there. He's an outstanding coach, and I think that's an upgrade. And but I saw them give up a lead yet again last night. You understand? Before they pulled it out. But I think they'll be better. Tyus Jones, that pickup, I think is going to help them immensely because that brother can play, and he's a point guard. And I think that stabilizes them to a large degree, which is why I think there is an upgrade that has arrived, no doubt. But when we talk about Kevin Durant, we're not talking about Kevin Durant, the talent, and the superstar player that he is. There is nothing to discuss. He is that phenomenal, okay? But if I need somebody that's leading my locker room, that's going to galvanize the troops around me to maximize whatever potential we have, that is where history has shown he has fallen short.
First Take ended up posting the clip to X, and that's when Kevin Durant replied to the video saying, "I would disagree, Steven. I would argue passionately that my intangibles have always been on par with my talent." But that wasn't the end, as in the Phoenix Suns locker room on Saturday night after the game, Kevin Durant told The Athletic saying, "Yeah, I don't understand how people even listen to Stephen A. I've been in the league for 18 years. I've never seen Stephen A at a practice or film session or a shoot-around. I've never seen him anywhere but on TV talking crap about players. He's a clown to me. He's always been a clown. You can write that too." But Stephen A was not having it as he addressed those comments. Take a listen.
I got bad news for Kevin Durant. If you're expecting me to reciprocate with that kind of pettiness and childishness, it's not going to happen. Kevin Durant is one of the greatest players to have ever played this game. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's a two-time champion, a two-time league finals MVP. And I've been on the record saying he's also a good dude. So if he wants to resort to that level Even though we're both grown men, and if he had something to say, he knows my number, and he refrains from doing so. That's what he has to live with. But having said all of that, respectfully, Kevin Durant, could you stop lying, please? I've been an NBA reporter, and I was a columnist for the Philadelphia Inquirer as well. Kevin Durant has seen me in the locker room when he was at Oklahoma City. He has seen me in the locker room when he was at Golden State. He has certainly seen me at games throughout his career. But unfortunately for him, I don't have to be at shoot-around. And I don't have to be in the post-game locker room. I happen to have a hit show that's been #1 for 12 years. I have other things to do with my time. I go to games all the time. I'm not a beat writer anymore. So let's get that out the way. The other thing that I would say is this, respectfully. Kevin Durant is going to have to answer this question. Who's allowed to talk about him? Charles Barkley played this game as a Hall of Famer. He got a Charles Barkley. Shannon Sharpe is a Super Bowl champion, a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and a Hall of Famer. He got at Shannon. He's gotten at players, the C.J. McCollums of the world, the Dennis Schroeders of the world, and others. He's gotten at fans. And oh, by the way, did it discreetly because he had, accounts that didn't reveal who he was, okay? So there's a whole bunch of things. So I don't understand it. It's contemporaries and colleagues. It's former players. It's present players. It's the media. It's the fans. It's whomever. Is anyone allowed to talk about Kevin Durant? Anybody at all? Because I don't understand it. I really don't